Hello guys and welcome to the video. So today we're on the LD only account, aka LD Jinzo, and we have a whole lot of stuff to talk about, so I don't want to waste any more time. We've been farming a lot since our last video, which means we have a lot of stuff to talk about. First things first is our Giants B10 team, and we have beaten Giants B10. We actually beat it quite a few days ago. I think it was pretty much the day I 2-8'd Crow, so like 4 days ago. But I mean, you're talking about, like, I've been playing this pretty casual, like, so it's just like I probably could have got it done way faster, but we got it done, and I already showed you guys how I did that. But as you can see, the Giants B10 team is not the same team that I wanted to start off with. I did say that I was going to have Darien in here with Veramos as the lead. It would have been a very safe team, but I decided against it last second for a couple reasons, which we'll get into. So, by the way, it's still completely free to play. For any of you who haven't been in the game for a while, Fami is right here. Light Elite Magical Archer. So she's a unit that you can obtain through here. She's not some random unit that I summoned out of nowhere. But, you guys know, like, for Fraun, Lauren, and all, they're on the beginner runes. I don't think I really need to show you kind of what they're on. They're on those beginner runes. But Fami and Veramos, I want to show you. The same thing with Crow, by the way. Crow's on beginner runes. So Fami, by the way, I know her crit rate looks awful. I just need more runes to fix it, right? But at the moment, this is what she looks like, and she functions. She still does her job. So the reason she's on the team is she offers quite a few things. She actually offers a lot. First off is her leader skill, critical damage leader skill by 25%, and that's really good. And in fact, that's going to help us a lot when it comes to beating other content in the game. Like, consider like the Light Rift Beast, which we will need to do eventually. The Dark Rift Beast could also be a thing, but maybe not. But Light Rift Beast is one of those big things because you're going to need to nuke down the Light Beast's shield. So by having extra critical damage, you're getting more damage out, obviously. Really good. But it also is very helpful for Giants because, again, you're doing more damage. Essentially, her leader skill is essentially just more damage, okay? 25% more critical damage is really good too. So it's allowing Crow, Veramos, and her to just take down the waves faster and to take down the Giants boss faster. Her skill 3, in summary, stuns and defense breaks the enemy, but if she doesn't stun the enemy, she gets another turn. So most of you guys know you cannot stun the Giants boss, you can't stun the Dragons boss, you can't stun the Necropolis boss, you can't really stun a majority of bosses in the game. There are some that you might be able to, but you can't stun this boss. So she will always get another turn, and if I can get this down to every 4 turns, that means she's doing big damage on one skill, potentially defense breaking, and then using one of her other skills. This one is also really good. If I can get it down to 3 turns, that'd be awesome. She shoots a wedged arrow at all enemies, decreases their attack speed for 2 turns if you get a critical hit, and she also increases her critical hit rate by 50%. So she's always going to land critical hits with this one. So with this is going to be good for the Giants boss because the Giants boss and the crystals aren't moving as fast. And it could even be good for the Dragons boss potentially. And her first skill, depending on the attribute, you can apply different effects, anywhere from defense breaks, attack breaks, or even stuns. And the biggest part about this is the damage on her first skill increases by 15% for each harmful effect on the enemy. So she can also still do pretty big damage. She's on doo-doo runes, though. She's on random runes that give crit rate. I've tried giving her crit rate, but I need to just farm more. But at the moment she's doing her job, don't really care. For Veramos, he's not fully skilled up, but I don't know if I want to put another Devilmon into this. I should probably save it for other units, because there are a lot of units that I'm going to do eventually that will need those Devilmons. Like 2As, for example. Like Xiaoling's 2A or whatever. Or even other units like Crow with his branding or whatever. Or even 2As like for this unit or any other units. Who knows? Maybe I summon an LD5 randomly. Just whatever, right? Just I want to save these units or these Devilmons just in case. You never know. But you'll notice Veramos is on different stats. He has tons of crit rate, not that great crit damage, whatever accuracy. He's on his Despair Blade build, which I'm glad about. This is going to help with his enemy's max HP damage, which is going to be good for places like dragons and all that stuff. So here are his runes. And just the combination of him, Fami, and Crow alongside Fran and Lauren, just a minute 30 is not that unbelievable with this team. So what we could do is we can go and take a look at a run just to see how they perform. But as you can see here, that's the team. But let's do it. Boom. Now, this run would be way faster if Fami had more crit rate. I think, like, if I could maybe, and this is a big maybe, get Fami on her proper runes, probably get Crow on better runes, and find another damage dealer and replace Fran, I think no doubt in my mind I could get a faster time. But at the moment, I'll settle for this. Not that I even know a unit that I could bring, because I'd have to bring a unit that can increase attack power. So maybe I could replace Lauren with like Bella Dion, and then find another unit that increases attack power, but it's whatever. But you've probably noticed, by the way, a couple times during this fight, Fami will use her third skill, and then, well, she's stunned that time, which is still good, but that she'll use her third skill and she won't stun, and then she gets another turn. So it's really good. I was thinking of like potential builds for Fami. Like, imagine Fami on Despair, like with that second skill, but it's whatever, right? So, Scar. Oop. There we go. See, Veramos is more than enough for us. I mean, we could, again, literally take out Lauren, put Bella Dion, and just replace Fran with someone else. But I wonder who. We could take a look at that after this run. 146k, I saw that. A minute 51. Still pretty decent for now. I'll keep it. Okay, so let's take a look real quick. Okay, so the only other option I have is either Hawken, which Hawken is not good for my situation, or Jamie, which Jamie cleanses and increases attack power, and then he does his consecutive attacks, which wouldn't be a bad idea, you know, when you consider, what would you call it? Why did I snap my fingers? It would not be a bad idea considering, like, just pure damage when it comes to, like, dragons or giants. But with the giants, you're going to get that counter attack a lot, so maybe I would have to wait till I get, like, units like Iragar, which Iragar would be super big for clearing dungeons. So Iragar might be my next go-to unit. But let's move on to the next bit of the video. Okay, so here we are at the 2A Martial Cat, as you can see. This is going to be my Fayman farmer for the time being. I think she's going to be a really fun unit. I know that I probably have better farmers just sitting here. Maybe, probably not. It really depends. But she's a super safe unit when it comes to farming, because it's going to be really hard to kill her. I just need more runes. So you can see that she has 16k bonus health, 69% crit rate. She doesn't need that much crit rate at all. You could probably pass off with 40-50%. And not a lot of crit damage, but again, she doesn't have all of her runes. So you can imagine which runes that she probably doesn't have. So with her, let's kind of go over her skills real quick. And by the way, at the bottom of the right screen, I will put up how I beat her 2A dungeon, because I know some people really want to see that type of stuff. So it's going to be playing somewhere on the screen. Probably bottom right, probably top left, wherever. But her skill 1 attacks with a spinning punch and stuns enemy for 1 turn. The damage increases according to your max HP. This is going to be really good because you could build Xiaoling on HP and throw her in most scenarios, and she's going to do tons of damage and survive, right? She's one of those tanky damage dealers. I love bruisers so much in this game. Her skill 2 increases her crit rate and allows her to counterattack. The attack bar increases by 50%, and the damage you receive will be reduced by half when you get attacked while the skill's on cooldown. So she's just getting tons of turns. And when skilling her up, you get even more attack bar recovery. So, really great. So she's just crapping out tons of turns. Her passive absorbs attack bar by 50% if you attack a monster with the same or lower HP status compared to yours. Or you recover HP by 50% of the damage you dealt if you attack a monster that has better HP status than yours. So you don't even have to build her on Vampire. She heals herself based off of the damage, right? But she's going to deal tons of damage if she has tons of HP. So these are the runes she's on right now. Yeah, I don't have a crit damage rune. Should have an I have this. I could throw this on her for now. But it wouldn't really make sense. I mean, I can for now. But, these are her runes. So there you go. Again, she doesn't need this much crit rate. She could literally get her next rune. It'd be crit damage percent, slot 4. And, she'll be perfectly fine. But we could watch like a Feynman run with her. So we'll take these units out, throw her in. Let's kind of see how she'll do. I'll let it auto. I'm not going to manipulate it in any way. So, of course she's just going to take tons of hits. Look at that. She's just going to be impossible to kill. And the fact that she does damage based off of HP, I just love it. She could probably solo all of these scenarios easily, like no doubt in my mind, unless she gets like heal blocked and then stunned and provoked and all that stuff constantly. But even then, her passive helps her. So it's like she's just getting out tons of turns. Come on, get a turn. There we go. And look, she's going to heal all that back up. Because she has a lower HP status than the people attacking her, she's just healing. So, pretty cool. But, I would like to get her on a much more aggressive set eventually. But at the time being, double energy blade will be something that I don't mind doing. When she has crit damage, oh my gosh, she's going to be like one-shotting these fools. So the run may be slow at the moment, but it's whatever. So the last thing, or one of the last things I want to kind of talk about in this video is dragons. So dragons is probably going to be one of the most confusing things to enter, because we're losing out on a lot of monsters like Vertiheal, which helps with attack bar turning or boosting. And then we lose Spectra, which has a lot of attack bar reductions, as well as missing out on units like Teor or Tyrant, or just generally attack bar reducers, right? So one unit that I was thinking about, this is a wild idea, but I was thinking of potentially making 2 Veromosses. But then again, I just won't do it probably, because I won't be able to bring both Veromosses into Abyss, so it doesn't solve my problems, right? So what I'm thinking is that my team can initially be Veromoss, Fraun, Lauren, and potentially Crow as well. And then the Dark Homunculus. Dark Homunculus support. I think it's all top row. So the top row, she'd have a strip, and she absorbs the attack bar. Her second skill would attack the enemies to remove all beneficial effects on them, and then weakens their defense. I can't do this one because it stuns, and I don't need a stun. But this one would weaken defense, and this one increases the skill cooldown time of all enemies, which we don't really care about this too much. But she also decreases attack speed for 2 turns. After the skill cooldown of the time of all allies will be decreased for 2 turns each, which means for units like Veromoss, his second skill, which is on a cooldown, will be refreshed. So I could throw Veromoss, Fraun, Lauren, and her into a team, and then maybe find another attack bar reducer. So enemies attack bar down. Let's see. I need AoE, right? That's the issue. I need AoE. Which, she could work. Bring out some friends to attack the enemies randomly 6 times and decrease their attack bar by 20% each every 4 turns. But I need something that's pretty consistent, you know what I mean? Gosh. So it's just like trying to find that magical unit that could fill this roster up. Basalt could be very helpful because he also increases defense, but I need to be able to obtain Basalt. It'd be a while before I even attempt Dragons, but I was thinking about this earlier. Marble. Inflicts great damage by crashing into the enemy. The damage is proportionate to your max HP and enemies every 3 turns. Skill 2. This Marble could also be very helpful too. But I need AoE attack bar reduction, which is hard to come by. I could guaranteed have it with 2 Vermosses, but I'm also just thinking that we'll be fast enough with our damage on like Dragons B10 with Crow that we might not need it, and we have a pretty good amount of strips on there, so we could just use Crow. But I don't know. You guys tell me what you think the team should be. That, or should I wait till I get El Sharion, which is going to be a while. But I wonder what you guys think. Though the video's not over. This doesn't mean anything to me. I guess I'll do this because it has a magical archer. We do have 1 LD scroll. I bought a LD pack, like with the crystals, right? So we can summon this. Oh. Okay. Hold up. Okay, so I was trying to see if there was any way for me to get LD pieces. I want to be able to get an LD thing until like tomorrow, probably. Unless like, yeah, no. I want to be able to get one today. So, I need to do more guild content because I've had all of my arena ones. I just don't have this one. But I could probably get some later today. But it's not happening. I thank you guys so much for watching if you've made it this far. There are a lot of things I'd like to do in this account, so we're going to keep working towards that. And until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.